What if I told you the biggest breakthrough in your life won't happen the day you finally feel motivated? It will happen the day you stop waiting for motivation altogether. Because motivation is unpredictable. Some mornings it's there. Most mornings, it isn't. Yet somewhere in the world, people are building businesses, writing books, getting stronger, changing their lives, not because they feel inspired, but because they stopped believing they needed to. Today, you're going to discover why chasing motivation is keeping you stuck, and what successful people rely on instead. Once you understand this, you'll never wait to feel ready again. Imagine two people. Both set the same goal. Both are excited. Both promise themselves, this time will be different. The first person waits until they feel motivated. The second person starts anyway. A few days later, the excitement disappears. The first person stops. The second person keeps going. 1 year later, one has dozens of unfinished goals. The other has a completely different life. The difference wasn't talent. It wasn't discipline at first. It was one simple decision. One person chased a feeling. The other built a habit. Maybe this sounds familiar. I'll start tomorrow. I just need the right mindset. I don't feel like it today. At first, those thoughts seem harmless, even reasonable. After all, why force yourself? Because tomorrow arrives, and nothing changes. Days become weeks. Weeks become months. Eventually, you stop trusting your own promises because you've trained yourself to believe that action depends on emotion. By the end of this video, you'll understand why motivation always fades. You'll discover what actually creates consistent action. Imagine a rocket launching into space. The hardest part isn't staying in orbit, it's leaving the ground. The engines burn enormous amounts of fuel during liftoff. But once the rocket gains momentum, it requires far less effort to keep moving. Your habits work exactly the same way. The first workout is hard. The 10th is easier. The 100th becomes part of your identity. People think successful people wake up motivated every day. They don't. They simply built momentum, and momentum carries them when motivation disappears. Here's what psychology teaches us. Motivation is an emotion, and emotions constantly change. You don't always feel confident, you don't always feel energetic, so why expect motivation to stay forever? Your brain loves immediate comfort. It avoids effort, uncertainty, and discomfort. If you rely on motivation, you're letting your emotions decide your future. Successful people reverse the process. They take action first. Action creates progress. Progress creates confidence. Confidence creates motivation. Motivation is often the reward, not the starting point. Here's the mindset shift. Stop asking, how do I stay motivated? Start asking, how do I make action automatic? Because systems beat emotions. Habits beat inspiration. Identity beats willpower. The goal isn't becoming someone who always feels motivated. The goal is becoming someone who acts, regardless of how they feel. That's real freedom. Starting today. Lower the barrier to action. Want to read? Read 1 page? Want to exercise? Do 5 push-ups? Want to write? Write 1 sentence. Don't focus on finishing. Focus on beginning. Beginning is where resistance is strongest. Once you start, your brain usually wants to continue. The hardest step is always the first one. Now imagine yourself 1 year from today. You still have bad days. You still feel tired sometimes, but it no longer controls your life. You exercise because it's who you are. You work because it's part of your routine. You keep promises to yourself, not because every day feels exciting, but because action has become your identity. And slowly, your life transforms, not through giant bursts of inspiration, but through ordinary actions, repeated consistently. The people you admire aren't successful because they found endless motivation. They're successful because they stopped waiting for it. They realized something most people never do. Feelings are temporary, habits are powerful. Every dream you've ever admired was built on ordinary days, days when someone showed up, even when they didn't feel like it. That is the day everything changes. The day you stop chasing motivation and start chasing consistency. So tomorrow morning, when your mind says, "I don't feel like it," smile. Take the first small step anyway, because every action you take without motivation makes you stronger than the version of yourself who waited. If this video helped change your mindset, subscribe for more on psychology and discipline. Remember, motivation starts the journey, but consistency gets you there.